الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. So I'll start from the beginning with the dua. اللهم بعلمك الغيب وقدرتك على الخلق أحيني ما علمت الحياة خير لي وتوفني إذا كانت الوفاة خير لي اللهم إني أسألك خشيتك في الغيب والشهادة. This is all the way up to where we are right now. It's all the way up to where we are right now. We're up to the third line of this particular hadith. We have 10 more lines to go, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. If there were any questions or comments about what was presented, we'll take the time out to address those. Any questions or comments about what was presented? Is that the Arabic way of saying hi? Any questions or comments all right, about what was presented? No questions or comments, inshallah, we can turn the chat off. Can you post to do it? Yes, I totally forgot, inshallah. I'll do it today. I'll do it today, inshallah ta'ala. I mean, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all for listening. And hopefully there's some benefit, inshallah ta'ala. Some benefit in it, inshallah ta'ala. How does one stop procrastinating? I don't know. I'm probably the wrong person to ask that because I'm a procrastinator myself. In some things. But I guess it just would be to be more ambitious. I'm terrible with time management. Anybody that knows me knows that. I am the wrong person to ask about time management. I'm terrible. I function on my own time. And anybody who knows that about me knows that that's my dilemma. I just started a new job working at a school about 3 weeks now, and I have been late to work every single day, with the exception of the past 2 days. I just function on my own time. I'm sorry. I'm terrible with it. I'm terrible. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help me. I'm not the person to ask about time management. Write a to-do list. Yes, that could work. You got your phone with you. You have an iPhone. You have a notepad on your iPhone. You can write a to-do list. As a matter of fact, they have apps that can remind you. Yeah, but try to explain that to the school that writes my checks. Lately, my heart doesn't feel anything. It feels heavy. What do you do? What do you suggest I do? Well, the time. I mean, a lot of times your heart feels heavy because of the environment that you live in. You know, the environment. People are products of the environment that they live in. Maybe you need to relocate to somewhere where it's, a little more peaceful, a little more spiritually conducive, a little more socially conducive. The environments, if you live in inner cities, hustle and bustle, murder, you know what I mean? Sometimes you might just need to stop. You know what I've stopped doing? Alhamdulillah. I've stopped looking at Twitter. Wallahi, I look at the tweets that are directly related to the things that I post. So if I post something, somebody retweets it or whatever the case may be, I stopped looking at Twitter. When you take one scroll through Twitter, I used to wake up in the morning and the first thing to do, grab my phone, take one scroll through Twitter. It almost looks like the world is coming to an end. It's too much information at one time. It's information overload on your brain, man. It's too much. This happened in Turkey. This happened in Palestine. This happened over here. This happened over pictures, images over here. Another black man shot. Another this, another that. No, it's too much. Too much information coming at you at one time. It's information overload, man. It's too much information, man. Stop looking at Twitter. Stop looking at Twitter, man. If it's not things, go through your Twitter page and begin to delete, you know, especially news, man. Especially news. We already know the world is in shambles right now. We already know that. We already know that. The world is in shambles right now. But you don't need a daily reminder of that. That's like somebody keep telling you, you're going to the hellfire, you're going to the hell. All you see is the hellfire in front of you. That's all you concentrate on. You live your life as a Muslim constantly in fear. You never get a chance to enjoy the beauty of Islam because you're constantly being put in fear by people telling you about you're going to be punished for sin. You're going to the hellfire for this. Every lecture is about hell and going to be punished and things like that. It's like, when do I actually get to just enjoy? It's too much. It's too much. So social media, the environment that you live in, right? I'm not even dealing with salat and tahajjud and your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm dealing with more so external factors, right? Yes, go through your Facebook page and begin to hide posts from people who don't post anything positive. You know what I mean? If you don't post something positive, I'm hiding you or I'm blocking you or I'm removing you from my Facebook page because all your posts are just negative. You know what I mean? You got to start, you can start with the internal, and we already know about that. We already know about the internal, increasing in your salah, increasing in your dua, you know what I'm saying? Seeking refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from shaitan, reading the Quran more often, keeping yourself surrounded. Now then once we understand the internal, now there's external factors that I'm sure that have contributed to that. Maybe it's debt, maybe bills, things that you owe, people you owe. Start looking to erase things from your life that are creating this energy. If you have a phone service that, is charging you too much, maybe you just need to go with a prepaid joint and just get rid of the bill. Listen, I'm going to cancel this, give me my final bill and I'll figure out a way how to work that out. But I pretty much need a prepaid phone at this point simply because I can't deal with that bill coming in every month. When you see the bill, it just naturally puts you in a negative state. Bills represent negative energy. When you see a bill come in, you just like, oh my God, I just paid this bill. You know what I'm saying? I just paid it, and it puts you in a very ugly state. All right. So sometimes you may start to need to delete things from your life that is creating this because you are subtracting years from your life with it, walking around with a heavy heart, man. When you wake up every morning, you should wake up, feeling, pray Fajr, and you wake up and you feel good, man. And sometimes it's and maybe your job, your coworkers, absolutely. People, external factors. Don't just concentrate on I need to make more salat, I need to make more dua, I need to read more Quran. We already know that. But now you probably need to look at the external factors that are contributing to the heavy heart that you have. And I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you reprieve. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, makes your affairs easy. Is it a dua that should be implemented to recite it daily? There's tons of dua. I can't sit here and name them all. There are tons of dua. Allahumma shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. Oh Allah, expand for me my chest, expand my heart, make me more tolerant of the things that are coming at me. Wa yassir li amri, and make my affair easy. That's the dua that Musa made before he went to go to Fir'aun. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. Make me more tolerant, make me more, tolerant of the things that are coming at me. Right, Adam, especially the people that live in New York, man. New Yorkers got it the worst, man. Y'all living with rats and, hint of urine in the air and cabbies, cab drivers and police officers. Just a whole mess going on up there. And then you paying, $1,800 a month for a 1-bedroom shack. I mean, tell me about it, man. All my New Yorkers like whatever, right? I mean, I'm serious. I'm just being honest with you. I'm stating facts. These external things are contributing. Wallahi, you're taking years off of your life, man, with this stuff. Years off of your life. The $1,800, $2,000 you paying for that one little 2-bedroom shack that you got, you can move to the suburbs like Delaware, right? And you can get a 3-bedroom house, for $1,150, $1,200 with a pool in the backyard, man. Like why you gotta live like that? Well, you don't have to live like that. What if I told you, right? You could take a portion of what you spend in there and live okay somewhere else. Right. Whole Foods, you paying almost $10 for a gallon of organic milk, right? It's real serious in New York, man. I mean, you know, what city in Delaware? Newark, Delaware. I'm advocating Newark, Delaware, right? Absolutely, because it's a nice place. I wouldn't recommend that to somebody if I wouldn't live there myself. And I lived there myself, you know what I'm saying? I lived there myself, and I wouldn't recommend somebody to move in an area like that if I wouldn't move there myself. But I loved it there. I loved it there. Very beautiful place to live. The Muslims are very beautiful, nice communities. A couple of Muslim communities in the same area. They all, you know, interact with one another. Arab, Pakistani, African American, you know, Caucasian. You have them all there. Little pockets, and mashallah, it's a very cohesive, very diverse. Too boring? I mean, to each his own. Yes, they have Islamic schools there. I used to work at one of the Islamic schools there. Absolutely. Have an excellent Tahfidh al-Quran program. The Imam Abdul Hadi. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Job-wise, probably a little terrible. You might have to go to Philly to work. Philly is the closest city between Philly and Maryland, between Philly and Baltimore. Those are probably the two major cities that Delaware is kind of in the middle. And as far as job-wise, you know, it is what it is. I mean, but if you got the credentials, you trumped up with your paperwork, you should be able to go anywhere and find what you need. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala suffices, and Allah always makes sure that you have what you need. Now, so to answer the question, you might need to do a list of your external factors and start doing the process of elimination of things that are affecting you externally. But always remember that dua of Musa, Allahumma shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. Oh Allah, expand for me my... Musa could not have approached Fir'aun the way that he was with his arrogance and who he was without asking Allah for that tolerance. Give me the time going up this tyrant, this arrogant individual. The only way I'm going to be able to give him dawah, is that I need to be more tolerant. So you ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for that. Many of us, we are, very uptight in America, man. You know what I'm saying? The smallest little thing puts us in a very negative place. You know what I mean? They're not Shiites or Sufis. They just Muslim, man. You got to get out of the habit of categorizing people. They just Muslim, man. When I look at Muslims, I don't see, I don't see Shiite, Sunni. I look at everybody individually. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, if you move to a community that's majority Shiite, majority Sufi, then obviously that's what it is. But when you move to a predominantly Muslim community, people they are who they are as an individual. I don't look at people in terms of groups. You know what I'm saying? Who was the talent prophet? I don't know. The tallest prophet? I don't know. Allah knows best. I don't know. Any other questions or comments related to what was presented? Any other comments or questions? If our expiration dates are already written, does stress contribute to an earlier death, as you say? No. What I'm saying when I say it takes years off of your life, meaning you are reducing the barakah of your life. So it almost feels like your life is actually being shortened because the barakah, the blessing of your life is being removed because of these external factors. So when the Prophet ﷺ said that whoever wants a longer life, right? There's a hadith, whoever wants to prolong his life or lengthen his life, right? Lengthen his life, then let him be dutiful to his parents. Does that mean now that if I'm dutiful to my two parents, that I'm going to live a longer life? No, it means that your life is going to be more fulfilled. It's going to have more barakah, so therefore it's going to feel like it's longer. So when I say you are taking years off of your life, that means that you are decreasing the opportunities for barakah, which means that your life is going to feel like you haven't accomplished much in it. It's going to feel shortened, right? And as someone said, you look it too, exactly. You 30 years old and you look like you 50. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. The Surah Yasin is the surah for the healing of the heart. Allahu A'lam. I don't know. Allah knows best. Wallahu a'lam. I don't know. Allah knows best. Were there any other comments or questions related to what we presented? I'll take one more question and then we'll conclude. Bi'idhnillah. Alhamdulillah, you guys are getting better with the questions. I'm actually enjoying this. I'm actually enjoying this. Sometimes people get on here and they just ask questions and you're just like, all right, let me just turn this off and keep it moving because there's no benefit in it. Next class will be on Saturday, inshallah. Next class will be on Saturday, inshallah. Either Friday or Saturday. I'll post it on my Facebook page or on the Twitter page, inshallah. And I'll post the dua, inshallah, today, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So I'll stop here, inshallah ta'ala. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. For the remaining days of the 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, increase in your ibadah, increase in your dua, increase in your sadaqah, increase in all of the good that you can do, because these are the days that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves the good deeds that are done in these days. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase you all in good. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you all for your husnul istima', for listening closely, and I pray that there was some benefit in it. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.